We're getting mixed messages from the White House about when a vaccine will be available. The president says October. The CDC director says next year. Here is Kayleigh McEnany, the White House press secretary. All right, Kayleigh, the president is very optimistic that we will have a vaccine in place and tested and available by the end of October. You going to back that up? Are we going to be end of October?
So last night he said at his rally that by the end of the year, as soon as October, could be in November. Dr. Fauci has also said by the end of the year. And Stuart, today the president's having a press briefing at 2, and you're going to be hearing a lot about the vaccine. So there will be additional upcoming information in this 2 p.m. press briefing.
Okay, so that's what we've got coming up at 2 o'clock. He'll address the virus and the vaccine and the testing and all the rest of it. 2 o'clock.
Yes.
Thanks, Kayleigh. Now, there were really stark differences between President Trump's town hall with ABC this week and Joe Biden's town hall with CNN last night. What a contrast. I mean, that's really extraordinary. Hostility to President Trump and overt friendliness with Joe Biden. You must be getting used to this, though. This is what you're facing. You know what you're up against.
Yeah, we do. I sit in every single one of the president's press briefings, and it's stunning. He gets asked about unfounded allegations based on anonymous sourcing that probably doesn't even exist in some of the circumstances. And just the most vile of questions versus the softballs that you just played. But here is what is, I think, works to our effect, Stuart. Viewers recognize it. They see the difference. They recognize the hostility. The American people are smart.
Sometimes when I'm looking at those press conferences, I think that the media is goading the president. Really nasty questions, trying to get him to lose his temper or lash out in some way. You get that impression too?
Yeah, they certainly try to ask him questions that put him in a corner, but he always does a brilliant job at finding the right answer. And here's where he has an advantage on the debate prep. As he has said himself, every day in my press briefing room, it is debate prep. Every time I do a town hall, it is debate prep. He's being put through the fire, and he's coming out looking very nice on the other side.
I've got to talk TikTok with you. The U.S. is going to ban WeChat and TikTok downloads on Sunday. Now, that's 48 hours away. Do you expect negotiation and maybe a deal this weekend?
Yeah, and that is assuming that there's no deal before Sunday. I know that there are going to be some meetings about this today. So as for TikTok, we're still in that phase of negotiating and looking at the proposal. And before Sunday, we'll see what happens.
Now, there's something unusual going on here in that the President of the United States has said to a foreign company, hey, we don't like you. You got to be sold. And what's more, when you are sold, we, the United States Treasury, is going to get a piece of the action. We've never seen that before. This is really something new. There's a danger here, though, that if the Democrats eventually, when they get into power, will do the same thing.
Yeah, well, what the president is doing is he wants to protect the private information of American citizens, and he's doing what's in the best interest of the taxpayer. And that's where he's going with this. And as to how that exactly looks, we have 48 hours until we'll see the outcome.
So, again, there's negotiations going on this weekend.
There's negotiations going on. There will be meetings about this today.
Okay. Any idea which way the president's leaning here?
No idea which way he's leaning, but you're trying hard to get the answers, Stuart, but we'll know by Sunday.
But the objective is to stop Beijing getting all the information on our youngsters. That is your bottom line. You got to stop that, right?
That's exactly right. And they collect this private data, and they can build opposition files against American citizens based on their private data used on this app that the Communist Party of China has access to. And it's unacceptable. The president has said that.
Now, when the president speaks at 2 o'clock this afternoon, you say it's going to be about the virus. Can you release any kind of positive or negative information that the president might be revealing in a couple of hours' time?
The president just wants to give the American people a very clear-eyed look at where we stand with the vaccine, the measures that we've put in place. There's a whole distribution plan. I read through it last night. Very comprehensive. What this president has done in manufacturing vaccines on the front end so that in 24 hours of having phase 3 clinical trial success, we can start distributing those. He wants to give the American people a real look and insight into what we're doing here each and every day.
And we get the results of those trials at the very end of October. And within one day, if they're positive, you get it out there. Kayleigh, I know you've got a big meeting coming up very, very shortly, literally 30 seconds from now. So thanks for being with us. We appreciate it, and come again soon.
Thank you, Stuart.
Sure thing. Kayleigh McEnany right there.